All right, welcome to another episode of Offchain Podcast. One of your hosts, Alex Romero, and we have.
Manuel Alier.
All right, Manny, what's going on, brother? How are you doing today?
Not much, how are you?
Doing fantastic here in the Bay Area, freezing my booty off.
Yeah, we have seasons here rather than LA, you know?
That's what you were telling me, and I
So,
wasn't.
wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, I see that, and well, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just here wearing my T-shirt.
Yeah.
So, what's going on, man? So, we're doing an episode today on meme coins.
Yep.
And meme coins have been making quite the buzz in the news lately. Although I don't think people really realize why, but that's kind of what this is about.
Definitely. Yeah, I think in the last 2 weeks, it's like we had, the news was talking about meme coins. And, so everyone I knew was calling me, asking me about different coins and, what I thought about them. And, this is kind of a way to answer all those questions. It's like, what are they, what are they used for? And are they good investments? So I'm excited to get into it.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I never thought about it that way.
Hmm.
But yeah, like it comes as no surprise. I've gotten a bunch of phone calls, friends tell me how they're making money on these meme coins. It used to be Doge that was the coin that people were telling me that they were making money on, and at one point, all my known colleagues that were basically in Doge jumped out, and then it pumped, and they were really upset.
Yeah. Well, Doge has been around since when? Around 2013?
Yeah, December 6th, 2013.
Yeah, so like, Doge is basically the grandfather of all these meme coins, so and it seems like, right now the trend is they all are kind of derivatives of Doge, like they all have the same, style. So, so it's
Okay.
probably a good place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, let's start with Doge. What do we know about Doge? I mean, what does it do? I mean, as far as utility goes, I don't know about any utility for Doge.
Yeah. Well, it's proof of work, protocol. It's based on Litecoin, I believe, and Litecoin, is based on Bitcoin. So it's in that family. I think first generation, cryptocurrency. So
Got it.
yeah.
So you think that the queen of crypto, Elon, is gonna continue to try and solve the Doge community's problem, or do you think he gave up on them? I don't know. He's been kind of quiet on Doge lately.
Well, yeah. Well, for me, Doge, like its primary benefit to him was its kind of susceptibility towards a pump. So I think he realizes that he, has an audience that supports him no matter what, and they kind of trust in him. So I think like he saw the opportunity to pump Doge, and yeah, and then we
In
see what
in
happened. Yeah,
in Elon, we trust.
exactly. Yeah, for me, yeah, I know that a large percentage of the Doge, circulating supply was in the hands of very few people. So there's like not so much of the supply, even though it has quadrillions of actual coins. It's a small percentage of the supply was available to the market. So I think he saw opportunity to pump it up when he could, and yeah,
So let's be honest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I believe. I don't know about you, but do you believe that Elon has a stake in Doge?
currently, yeah, I think so. Like
I mean, or he had when he was talking about it.
yeah, definitely. Like I think he said at one point that the purpose of like his investments in Doge and other cryptos was he's trying to accumulate as much resources as possible to make humanity a two planet species, basically, or expand human consciousness beyond this planet. I
To
believe that was his
basically
goal.
make us interplanetary.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm a little
Jeez.
suspicious of you right now with that SpaceX shirt.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Elon's my cousin, so I'm just kidding. No,
Yeah, yeah,
this is a gift. But Elon, don't worry, I'll be over for Thanksgiving dinner.
yeah.
So, one of the things that we did talk about was not much utility, but they do a really good job, I guess, of building community, right? Because for one thing that I've noticed about all these meme coins is that their community goes deep.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think like one of the criticism SHIB recently was this has no utility, and their response is usually, "Oh, we have DeFi." But for me, like in the top 10 coins currently, are the ones that aren't tokens. All of them are platforms that offer, like smart contract systems or Bitcoin, that has a kind of like it's like the metric by which other coins are judged. And when it comes to finance, we talked about the Bitcoin protocol earlier, but like it does have level of stability. So what the coins in the top 10 have to offer are much more than just DeFi. They're platforms for
Right.
DeFi.
Well,
You know,
let's start with that, right? So I know that we're going to touch upon sheep pretty soon, but you did say about DeFi. Is Doge isn't in the DeFi community space, is
not
it?
at all.
Not at all, right? And because it's based on Litecoin, aka Bitcoin,
Hmm.
uh, it doesn't even have smart contract capability.
No.
No,
Yeah.
right?
So it kind of goes, what you mentioned is the community. So its primary like utility, I think, is its ability to foster and organize community. So it's like even though I wouldn't invest in meme coins myself, I think there is some value in the way they've built community that other more I would say like advanced platforms can take from. So
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
almost like they're doing the dirty work for you, right?
yeah, yeah. So if you're able to, we've seen with these kind of pumps of, like say like last year with Dogecoin, how quickly things can rise in value, um, if enough people support it, get behind it.
Right. Well, and it's funny you should say how quickly things can go up in value if people support it, but because Doge has been around since December of 2013,
Yeah,
and it barely got some action in like the last couple of years.
definitely.
So that in itself just goes to show like until people started talking about it, like Elon, like Snoop Dogg, like
Yeah,
all these other celebrities, these coins weren't doing anything.
yeah. Yeah, 'cause that kind of goes towards the utility again. Like other coins, like especially like DeFi coins, a lot of the coins are locked up in contracts or locked up in DeFi protocols, so you have less supply in the market. So it has like a reason for it to go up because there's a consistent amount of cash flow coming into the market, and if there's less coins available, then the value always goes up. So
Right.
with like something like Doge with such a large supply and a longer history, the only times it's ever had, kind of pumps was when there's kind of like a concentrated effort to pump it, when there's a lot of focus on it at the time. And I
Right.
think like last year with like the Elon pumps, that kind of shows it,
Right.
Yeah, a few
Absolutely.
tweets, a few kind of like cryptic references, and it jumps, and then it all culminated in when everyone was focusing on it, it kind of ran out of steam because it's like
Right.
in order for people who with a large bag of coin, in order for them to take profits, they need a lot of people available to buy. And I think
Right.
that was, people were expecting it to go to $1 during Elon's SNL appearance, but I knew that most likely that was the top because
Right.
enough people focused on it that the large holders can start selling. So
So it's almost like he was raising capital for his moon mission
yeah,
or the Mars mission, whatever, and under the radar of the SEC.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
that's
he's literally going to the moon with that money, and you went to the moon figuratively for a while.
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good. Yes, and speaking of going to the moon, you have coins like Moon Coin.
yeah.
You've got Mars
Sigma,
Coin.
Mars, yeah.
Sick me up.
And
All
also
these
recently, we had Squid Coin.
Squid Coin,
Yeah,
right?
and that was kind of an example of someone using, the memeability of something for harm. It's like we had Squid Game on Netflix, which for a whole week everyone watched, and immediately after people realized, oh, we can, make a Squid Game coin. People bought in, and they weren't able to sell. And then it went to zero. So a lot of people kind of lost out.
That sucks. I mean, and those are even like the lesser of the known ones. I barely learned about the Squid Coin recently,
Yeah.
thanks to our conversation before. I haven't watched the Squid Games thing. I heard it was like knockoff of the Hunger Games or like
Yeah,
a reboot, like
a battle royale.
Battle Royale. Like we have Hunger Games already. Thanks, guys. Like, we don't need any more.
Yeah.
So we have Shiba Inu, which after December of 2013, once Dogecoin took off from the Litecoin
Mm-hmm.
protocol, you don't have any action in that space for about 7 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we briefly touched upon was, the origins of meme and what its intended purpose was for creation,
Yeah.
and or at least what its discovered purpose for creation was. Maybe it wasn't intended that way, but I believe it was something to do with like neurolinguistics that kind of kicked off
Yeah.
the whole meme thing.
Yeah, well, if you go way back to like the scientific definition of meme, it's like it's basically just how ideas kind of propagate among people. It's like it kind of it they relate it to a biological virus or an organism. It's like so like one good example is COVID. It's like you have different
Oh,
variants.
careful, careful, careful.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
For the algorithm, that
Exactly.
that thing that's going around.
The Global Panda Express.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
the global panda
Yeah,
express.
so like with traditional viruses, you have, it adapts based on kind of spreadability. It's like it adapts to survive. So the ones that weren't good at going viral don't go viral. So same thing with ideas. Like I think way back, I think it was Richard Dawkins. He kind of made a study of how ideas spread within populations and grow, and so that was the basis of like memetics, the science of memetics. But it's kind of adapted to the internet world with memes that we know.
Right. So if you guys want to watch a Hollywood version of what he's talking about, just watch the movie Inception.
Yeah. So like memes, as in images you spread that go viral, it's basically just spreading an idea. And the ones that are probably funnier or more, of interest, they go further. So it's like it's really hard to know which meme coins will be the one of the future because it's completely based on
The time.
yeah, timing and what interests people.
Right, right. Well, I think what's yes, yes. I think that some of them have timing, like the squid coin, right?
Yeah,
That one was timing because now you release one in about 6 months from now, and people be like, "What squid? Like, why? Like,
exactly. Yeah,
no." So, but there are some that kind of are staples. I think that Shiba Inu was successful because it was a direct, like, it was a direct, I guess, competitor to Doge,
hmm
because it was the closest thing to a dog coin that was released on a competing network such as Ethereum.
yeah,
And going back to our previous conversation, if Bitcoin has no smart contracts, if Dogecoin has no smart contracts, how can it really compete?
yeah. Well, it's like one like for SHIB, it's like one of the things that kind of made it go viral was its kind of marketing strategy in the beginning. I believe they sent half their supply to Vitalik Buterin because
Right.
they thought it was an address that he couldn't access. So in essence, kind of seeing or basically giving the impression that Vitalik supported their project.
Even though he didn't.
No, he didn't, and
No.
yeah, I think he burned 90% of the coin and also gave the rest of 10% to charity. And he says
Right.
basically, don't send me these coins.
Right, right. But it worked in their favor because now look at what's happening, right?
Yeah, because
It,
they,
it
they,
kind
they
of
got all the headlines and it had the desired effect, even if the method wasn't what they had planned.
right, right.
Yeah,
So you guys got really lucky with that one.
yeah,
I'll tell you that. So we don't know anything about Shiba though. We know that it was an anonymous creator. There's a group behind it called
Yoshi, probably
Ryoshi,
yeah.
right? Which probably means something in some other language. I don't know. I don't speak it. But yeah, so we don't know anything about that. And we haven't seen Elon shilling this coin, have we? No,
No,
not
not at
really.
all. No.
No, maybe the SEC slapped him in the hand for the
Yeah.
last time.
Well,
I
I know
would.
like Floki Inu, they're supposedly partnering with something that his brother's doing, but other than that, like those are the only coins that I know that have that are kind of focused right now when it comes to meme coins. So
Did you say Floki Inu?
yes, yeah. Well, there's so many derivatives of Doge and the Shiba thing. Like literally, there's thousands of tokens that
Guys,
aren't
you're
minted on
killing
this
me.
one. Yeah,
They're killing me.
yeah,
We talked about the whole DeFi thing, right? Which was leash and bone,
yeah,
like that. That just blows my mind, guys. There's nothing there. There's
yeah.
literally nothing there. There's no infrastructure.
Yeah, so basically, like when you say, "Oh, it has no utility," they always say DeFi, but like all they have is a few like mining pools, or like staking pools.
And potentially an NFT art gallery, right?
Yeah, they have NFTs. Yeah,
Which selling pixel art is I'm sorry, but your pixel art is ugly. It's not beautiful and it's practically worthless. I
yeah,
mean, if you can take a digital poop, you could probably wipe with it.
yeah. It's like, but it was impressive how they managed to get in the top 10 cryptos. And but for me, like when they were hitting the top 10, like people call me and ask me if it's a good investment, and I told them no. It's like because of how people assess their investments. I felt that that was the top because it got
Yeah.
there on the backs of retail investors and
Yeah.
often young retail investors.
Yeah.
And
And we
yeah, and for it to continue going up, like it needed the support of someone with more money. And the more money you have, the more diligent you are about your investments.
right,
So
so
it wasn't going to happen.
so we can count out institutional money.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not going to
Yeah,
happen, right?
institutional money. There might be money managers, and they have a responsibility to their clients to make suitable investments.
Right. And
So
so
yeah,
risky ones like this, probably wouldn't make a lot of sense
yeah,
to their investments.
definitely. Like top five coins, coins that are platforms. Like we said before, infrastructure plays are the plays that they would get into. Because like
Absolutely.
yeah, because like the top 10, they have their platforms for DeFi. They don't have DeFi. They are DeFi. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess you could say even in that space, um, they aren't DeFi. They're not really made for those types of systems or those types of functionalities. I mean,
mm,
they're just trying to participate in something that wasn't designed for them.
yeah,
And so they hold no space. They're trying to give you the impression of value,
mm,
and the reality is that the same things that they're doing, the real platforms that you should be putting your money into are doing the similar things but better,
mm,
and yet people still don't take that leap of faith. It blows my mind.
yeah. Well, it's I think we hit on this a lot. It's like it comes down to education. It's like I said, like a lot of people that I see who are promoting Shiba Inu, they have that hope of, oh, I can throw in some money, and then have 2 million coins, and it's going to be worth $1 in one day. And we
Right.
know that that's not possible. It's definitely
Right.
possible, but at that point, the rest of the economy must will have to be much bigger.
Right, right. The conversation I believe was something along the lines of, if you have 100 quadrillion coins
Yeah,
and you're at the valuation of fractions of a penny, in order for you to get to just 1 penny or 5 cents or 25 cents or even $1, I mean,
yeah,
you're talking about tremendous amounts of value that you have to find somewhere in the markets to be able to put into these
yeah,
coins.
and it'd be like probably more than the total economy of the world. So it's yeah. When you're talking about like quadrillions, there's no frame of reference for humans. It's like it's not a natural thing for us to think about numbers and like amounts of something in such a large amount. It's like even if
Right.
you try to understand the number of stars in the galaxy, like our brains can't comprehend it. So
Right.
quadrillions of coins, it's something that probably wasn't intentional, or at this point it is intentional. I know Doge, originally they minted a lot of coins, a large supply, but that was kind of to have a critique of the cryptocurrency industry and value.
Right.
Um,
I believe the whole point of that was to kind of give everyone a taste of being able to hold on to cryptocurrencies and kind of get a feel for it.
yeah, have a whole
But
coin rather than a portion of a coin.
right, because at that point, Bitcoin was already too far out of reach,
Yeah,
and so people felt like they would never be able to jump in if they didn't get into something that was cheaper, more attainable.
Yeah, and like a lot of people when they first get into crypto, they see like, oh, Bitcoin's, 60,000, and like there's other
I'll
coins
never
that,
be able to own one.
yeah, exactly, but they don't really understand like the kind of circuit supply and how it relates to the total market cap, and even though this coin's like $1, it doesn't mean it's going to be up to 60 because then the total market cap of it is much, something that's not feasible. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah,
So all you guys who are putting your coins or your retirement funds into these meme coins, don't like get out of there quick
yeah.
because you're playing with fire.
Yeah, because it's like I've said on Twitter when like SHIB was topping out. I kind of mentioned, and I still believe this, that like SHIB and these meme coins aren't an investment; they're a trade. So you have to kind of know that there is nothing really behind it, and you can ride the waves, but it's more of a gamble. And so if you have someone who's like putting all their money into SHIB or any meme coin, like you have to have an intervention. It's like I'm
Yeah,
not saying they won't make money, but it's not likely.
right.
When I used to work as a professional trader, um, the guy who sat next to me, he used to have sticky notes all over his monitor, and they were all about like just different ideas, like to make sure that he was in the right mindset. Because there's a thing called cognitive biases. So you always have to remind yourself that it's a zero sum game, and your mind plays tricks on you, and it's something like gambling. Like some people get
Right.
lost in it. So
Right. And they have a saying that says never get emotional about stock.
exactly, yeah.
Because the
Never
moment
get
you
emotional about
do,
coin.
never get emotional about coin. Because the
Yeah,
moment you do, you're done.
yeah.
And just so you know, by the way, guys, like this is Manny and I, we've been in this game for quite some time now.
Mhm.
And anybody who's been in this game that tells you that they have never been wrecked is a liar.
Yeah. My first stock was Sun W in the late '90s. So
Oh,
that's
no,
how long.
not I don't know about the stock part, but I'm talking about the coins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I've been trading for a long time.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, so look, a little bit more about these meme coins.
Mhm.
Um, the trading background definitely helps
Yeah.
because I mean, although this is a little, I believe it's you have the concepts down, which helps a lot.
Mhm.
I think that even traditional traders are kind of finding the crypto markets to be a little bit more exciting because of the volatility.
Yeah, it's like higher yields and like for me, like I stopped reading charts. I don't read charts. I'm not a technical analysis guy. I read sentiment and you kind of get a feel for it, but you can only get a feel for it with experience. You know?
Absolutely. And with that being said, I wish we had your big giant red flag that you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
But recently, even with along with these meme coins that you have Doge, you have Shiba Inu, you have other ones that are kind of making headlines. Um, what do you know about this Himalaya coin? Has that sparked your interest at all
Yeah,
lately?
definitely. Like I wouldn't. I'm not really. I don't know if you can classify it as a meme coin, but just the fact that it's gained billions of dollars in the last few weeks, gone from nothing to, like, what's the total market cap currently? Something like
Uh,
20.
as of this morning, it was 27 billion after just launching 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely insane.
yeah. Well, I took a look at it, a few like the white paper and all that, like, and
Did you see the music
oh
video?
yeah, definitely, yeah. So I was gonna say like, so that can kind of lend to it as being a meme coin is the fact that it
Right.
has a music video and kind of
Pop culture, pop culture got
definitely,
involved.
yeah, to get enough eyes and but like you said, like I wish I had my red flag because like I believe that Steve Bannon was also involved.
He was named as being part of endorsing this coin, and if he's endorsing it, I'm
He
going the
should
other
too.
way.
Yeah,
I'm going the other way.
and he was arrested today, so that kind of shows you what's going on with there.
Right, he
Um,
was. Federal agents took him in. I don't know for what, but I'm pretty sure this probably had something to do with it.
Definitely, but from what I've read about it, I read parts of the white paper. Like I believe in within the ecosystem, they have the Himalaya coin, H coin, and also I think HDO, which is a dollar stablecoin, and it's structured. I would say the closest reference would probably be Tether. They have an offshore bank that kind of mints the stablecoin, and right now you can only buy it on their internal exchange.
That
So
sounds suspect.
exactly, exactly. Because like for me, it's like I I still have a lot of doubt about the viability of Tether and whether or not they do audits, but currently we have smart contracts and we have best practices, and we've been doing this a while. Like we know how to structure a coin, or especially a stable coin that is auditable in real time. You know,
Right. You
so
don't
it's
need to do it
exactly.
biannually.
Exactly. So it's like we have, immutability, we have, transparency. That's the whole reason of crypto. So the fact that they're doing it out of a bank and audit once a year seems kind of suspicious.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there a bank based in the British Virgin
I
Islands,
believe so. Yeah, I think.
which is a giant like black hole for all these funds for like wealthy people to take their money offshore and not pay taxes on it?
Yeah,
Like, come on, guys! Like, wake up!
yeah,
This is what's happening here,
yeah.
and
Like
it's
yeah. For me, the website's really nice. It's flashy. It's good design. But like other than that, like of course, if you have $20 billion
hey,
dollars,
yeah, hey, listen. If I'm minting my own coins, like
yeah.
I would have, I'm sure I could have done a little bit better than that. But hey,
Yeah, so for me, I'm not making any accusations yet. But for me, like,
we're just saying something smells funny.
exactly, yeah. So I know the criticism of Tether and its relation to Bitcoin over the years has been that, oh, it's like they'll mint a bunch of Tether and buy Bitcoin. That's what allows it to raise in price. So for this, like I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but I just don't think it's happening. Just look at the chart, like it's not going down; it's only going up.
Mm,
So it's like
yeah,
no actual transparency on the dollar stablecoin. You can mint a coin and buy your coin, or
right.
your H coin. So
And technically, I mean, if they're only doing audits twice a year, they can fudge the books all the way up until the very end,
yeah,
and then try and do a correction, which basically just means pull the rug off from underneath you and
exactly.
take all your money.
Yeah, because like, I know it's associated with a few people, but other than that, I don't see anyone else, with their name up front. So like I don't, it's a potential. It's not what's actually happening. And I saw that a lot of the stablecoin is minted by reserves that people put in who are part of the exchange. So that could be 100% what they're doing. In which case, like it's it could be legitimate, but I there's ways of proving that that's what is happening.
Yeah, listen, guys, we're not here to try and ruffle anyone's feathers because we know all you organized peoples are out there and whatever y'all are doing, none of my business. But if you guys are doing something, just so you know, red flags are going up because this shit's obvious. So whatever it is that you guys are doing, if it's legit, kudos to you, cool, no problems there. But if it's not, just saying, tighten up.
Yeah, we'll see how this video ages. So
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
And let's see how we age after this too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like if someone would ask me, if I would invest in it, I would say not. It's like given them, even if it was 100% legitimate, given where that is at now, and I don't see any reason to invest in it. Like given the market cap, I would want it to be kind of in a lot of pies. You know.
Yeah. I mean, let's just say this. If you have any doubts, watch a music video called H Coin to the Moon. Watch it, really listen to it, and then just take it for what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what it is that I think because it's not important. You got to make up your own conclusions, but it's all there in front of you.
Mhm.
I mean, just look at the flashiness, just look at what they're showing you. That's not going to be you. It's going to be the people running the show.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, so basically, given the market cap, I would like it to see it on all the major exchanges. Have DeFi protocols and have maybe its own DEX. Well, it does have its own DEX.
Yeah, and that's the problem
Yeah, yeah,
that it has its own decks, right?
exactly.
Because it controls the flow of money in and out, and the only way in and out is through the decks.
Yeah, and right now you can't exchange it for anything else. Like it's not even listed on CoinMarketCap.
Right,
Um,
which is also alarming.
exactly. Yeah.
Right. And one of the things that that this kind of brings me around to is the fact that we did talk about how retail investors are pretty much what these meme coins are riding on the backs of,
Hmm.
and that we need institutional investment to kind of come in to be able to kind of flip the lid on them. But there is one more way to actually get these coins to take off,
Hmm.
and that is by listing, right?
Yeah.
So I believe one of the reasons why Shiba Inu community was so upset recently about about Robinhood not listing them
Hmm.
is that by not listing a coin on another exchange, you're not exposing them to the market of their coin holders or
Right.
their client base. And so, by more exchanges listing these coins, it opens up the exposure
Hmm.
to the market, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's what's going on here. I think that the listing of these coins is in a way price manipulation.
Hmm.
Because you're expecting to get certain performance, but you hype up all this news about them listing it on Robinhood or on Kraken or whatever other like exchanges,
Yeah.
and then they don't deliver, and what happens? People are upset because they didn't get paid.
Yeah. Well, it's like it kind of shows, just how much things have changed, and just in the last year, like the mob or the apes kind of control things. It's like we've kind of established that we have much more power than we did in the past.
Right,
So
thanks
it's
to what was it? Wall Street bets.
Yeah, Wall Street bets. Yeah. So like, I think these companies need to realize that things move so fast, and if you have a group of people interested in your product, like it's kind of you have to be reactive to that. So it's even though so you kind of have to listen to the SHIB army in a way.
Yeah. I mean, the Robinhood paid for it. Their stock went down a few points just because they
Exactly.
didn't
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. So it's like for me, I kind of bashed the like the kind of the communities, and I kind of feel like they're a little bit naive, but there is value in the horde in a way. It's
Yeah, be careful because
yeah.
they make decisions without any type of foundation, but they're effective.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's a much more advanced version of you vote with your dollars. So you vote with your Shiba Inus and vote
Exactly.
with your dogs. Yeah,
The SHIB army is strong, guys. Let me tell you something about meme coins, man. Their communities are strong,
yeah,
and one of the things that actually you did allude to was the fact that because they build such strong communities, that wouldn't be a bad place to go and start and try and build another one right off from underneath it.
yeah,
Because they're already believers in something. So if you give them something viable, I mean, you'd hope that they would turn on that logic sense and
yeah,
and pay attention. But hey, you know what? Only you can decide for yourselves.
yeah. So
We're just trying.
hypothetical question: like if there was Bitcoin maxis on one end of a dark alley and SHIB army on the other end, which way would you go? Who you're afraid of more?
Who am I afraid of more?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm with Shiv Army all day.
yeah,
I'm with Shiv Army all day just because they're strong. But let me tell you something. They're gonna hold it up until there's another introduction
hmm,
that in their heads makes sense, like Shiv does.
yeah,
Then Shiv's gonna be strong. I think that the Doge community has jumped to SHIB.
yeah,
I think that Doge community has potentially even learned more about the viability of the technology, about blockchain smart contracts. I think that a lot of the public is coming around to understanding that whether they want to the easy way or the hard way, they're going to learn that smart contracts are the future. And even recently there was a desperate attempt by the by the Bitcoin maxis
hmm,
to release a Taproot
yeah, yeah,
update,
yeah.
which
Well,
you were
it's
going to talk about.
yeah. I think we today we watched like you know we did our Bitcoin 2022 episode, but I was kind of embarrassed that we actually talk about Taproot. But I guess this is a chance to talk about Taproot. It's like I know people were saying that it kind of opens the door for Bitcoin to have smart contracts, but when you actually start talking to people who actually know what they're talking about, They're like, he's like, yeah, it's potentially, but probably not. I don't think the community would support that. It's like they,
or potentially not.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, well, how much hash power do you think that you would need to be able to make any type of decisions on the Bitcoin network?
It's astronomical at this
I
point.
mean, let's just say that you and I controlled the top 50% of the mining pools,
Uh,
which I don't know how many mining pools there are, but however many there are, 50% of those were under our control.
yeah,
Would we have enough hash power to make decisions on the network?
yeah, probably. I don't know.
Probably, but you know how much money that would cost us?
Yeah, at this point, billions of dollars. So
It wouldn't be worth it.
no. And
We're better off launching a new coin.
yeah, and it's like for me, like the Bitcoin community, like we saw like how contentious it can get. It's like they had a disagreement over block size, and that kind of spread. Basically destroyed the whole community. So
Right, and wasn't that Bitcoin SV that
yeah, SV, Bitcoin Cash, like yeah, all that came from disagreement over block size. Yeah, so like, since then, the community has moved on to different projects. Like many of the head people, head developers, and there's
it's almost it's almost like it was destroyed from the inside, huh?
yeah,
Like divide and conquer, like I
yeah,
Ching, you know?
yeah. No, but for me, it's just Bitcoin was proof of concept, and it's like we talked in Bitcoin 2022 episode. It's
Right, go back and watch
at
it.
this point it has its purpose, and it's tried and true. And for I think now people who have their money in it, it's a survivorship bias. Like anyone who doesn't like what it is have moved on to other things, and there's much more to invest in. So
1,000%.
at this
And not
point,
meme coins, and
yeah,
not meme coins.
exactly. Those people are smarter than that. So
Yes, we hope so. We hope that you guys take our big imaginary red flag warning when it comes to meme coins
yeah.
and just be cautious.
Yeah, it's like I said before, like I do see value in that ability to foster community. Like I remember, kind of going to meetups, the last 7 years, and every once in a while I run into someone who's in the Doge community, and I feel bad.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That's just funny.
So I feel bad because like sometimes we'll make fun of them, lightheartedly.
Yeah,
But
nothing but love, guys. Nothing but love.
exactly, yeah. But like, one thing I actually did like about it is that, like they said, on their boards and within their community, it's a lot of fun people. So I think that's why they go to, they support it because like, it was based on a joke. The dog's cute, and there are a lot of memes and there's a lot of like creativity you can, um, like engage in. So it's a fun community. And
Well,
for me, like I have my personal reasons why I'm in cryptocurrency space, and there's coins that I enjoy and communities that I'm a part of, and there's for as many types of personalities, there's probably communities for that. So
right. I hope you realize, like, we're going to get destroyed by both Doge and SHIB army
yeah,
communities,
that's
like
cool.
annihilated.
Yeah,
So
that's
guys,
me. I'm kind of more of a rebel, so I guess
yeah,
I
right.
really like to
Well,
argue with people. So
well, I don't even want to say argue. I just want to start a conversation,
yeah,
guys. Like, there's no need to be all violent about stuff. Like, we're just here talking. We're having a good time,
yeah,
So if you are a strong supporter of Doge, if you're a strong supporter of Shiba Inu, shit, if you're a supporter of Himalaya Coin, drop it down below. Like, let us know. Let us know why you are such a gung ho for your coin, and maybe in there we'll kind of get to understand your personalities a little bit better too.
yeah. And for me, like I like debate. I don't like talking to people who always agree with me because that's not how you learn. You learn by having conversations and debating people. Like
Yeah, me and Manny disagree all the time.
yeah, and like for me, like I've even told you, it's like that's probably one of why I like doing podcasts with you because I know that we can learn things and it makes it more interesting.
Absolutely.
Illuminati confirmed.
Absolutely. Illuminati confirmed. Yeah. But all right, guys. Well, I think that's all we got today. By the way, Manny, I had a real blast doing this with you today. It was a lot of fun. Thank you. And I think that's all I got, man. To be honest
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you, I think we
Sweet.
covered.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning into the Off-Chain On Topic podcast for meme coins today. And our socials and everything will be in the comment section below or somewhere around there. And yeah, you guys for now, Manny, if you have any closing thoughts, I don't know.
Um, Learn if you can about crypto. If meme coins are your first entry, that's great. If you were kind of harmed by, if you lost money,
We did
don't.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry. Like, just stay in it, learn more. It's crypto's gonna be around for a long time. Don't let that experience kind of put a sour taste in your mouth. Like, you have time.
Right. And also to that note, thank you, Manny. I know that I have some personal friends of mine that recently were hacked and had their accounts drained of their profits. So Manny and I are going to be working on putting together a security kind of like a checklist and type of a we're going to do a security overview on a podcast and coming up here in the future. And so look out for that. And we're also going to be doing a review of the UCAT white paper, which will be interesting. That is going to probably take us about 2 episodes, more or less. There's quite a bit to cover there, and we're going to be going over that in great detail just so that we can kind of get it all off our chests and answer any questions you guys may have about what we're doing with UCAT. And yeah, so in the meantime, you guys take care of yourselves and each other. And I think we out.
All
See
right.
you.
See ya.